All right, Mark, Cody, how you doing?
Great, good, very good.
Super 32 going on. Tell us, for anybody that might not have been to this event or know about it, tell me about Super 32.
Yeah, it's a great event, especially for us now. You know, I just started at Presbyterian College, and it's the first women's Division I program. So we have a men's and a women's program here in the South. But to be able to come here and recruit both is very convenient. It's just great, and to have all these great wrestlers under one roof, it's really good. And it's a good opportunity for us to make an assessment. So it's unbelievable how this has grown. I remember coming back when it first started. It was a one-day event, and now it's just incredible. You know how many wrestlers are here, how many athletes.
So what are you looking for in a potential athlete at your school?
Well, as always, is the way it's been my whole career as a coach. I just want good people, good citizens, people that are willing to train year-round and really very committed to the sport and committed to academics, obviously. I think, as a coach, our academic record speaks for itself at Presbyterian. It's just incredible what a lot of the graduates are doing right now. So we're hoping to be able to change some lives and bring some student athletes in and give them this opportunity that we're really excited about.
So when will the women's program compete?
They'll start competing next year. So this year, the women that we have now are redshirting, and the men, and then next year we'll start competing. So we're looking at bringing in a big recruiting class for this year. We'd like to have 40 on the women's side and 40 on the men's side. That's our goal. We also are building a standalone facility with 6 mats. It's going to be a huge facility. Yeah, we're really excited about that. We're going to break ground on that pretty soon. So we're looking at building the biggest facility in the country, and someplace where they'll have 24-hour access to. It'll have a lounge, it'll have a weight room, it'll have a cardio area. So we're really excited about it, and then they've let us really get involved in the design of the room. So I just hired Tony and Danny DeAnda as my assistant coaches, and they've got 15 years of coaching women experience, and I think they're the best in the country. It's just incredible to have them on board, and I was doing this by myself for the last 8 months, so to have them there, it's really just been a blessing for our program.
Nice. So it must be exciting. Lots of more states adding women's wrestling to the list of high school sports. My state, Missouri, just added it.
Yeah.
What do we? You know how many states we're up
I think we're up to 12 now. If I'm not mistaken, we're up to 12. And even when I started this program, we're at 8 or 9. So they're adding quite a bit. I think there are over 15,000 women wrestlers out there now in this country. So I think very soon it'll be picked up. We put in for emerging status for women's wrestling to become an NCAA sport. So we're hoping that that's going to happen pretty soon. So, but it's just great. It's great for Presbyterian to stand up and be or step up and be the first Division I program to actually start a women's program.
Yeah. So how will the program run? Will you run like boys and girls, men and women's program couldn't practice at the same time? Women are doing freestyle, or how you decided how you will?
We're going to probably run most of the practices together, which is what we're doing right now. That's why we're building an enormous facility, just so we don't have to split the practices up. Now, if we happen to go a freestyle practice one day, we're going to have a divider in the middle so that we can both do separate practices. But at this point, we're all practicing together, and it's working out pretty good.
Nice. What kind of schedule do you guys have going into this year?
Well, we're just open tournaments this year. Yeah, we're just doing open.
So that's boys and
boys and girls, and we're club status right now. So, and then next year we'll be up and running Division I. So, our schedule will consist of most of the schools in the SoCon. That's the conference that we're going to be in. So, I just went to the SoCon meeting a couple weeks ago, and it looks to me like most of the teams there wrestle each other. Where when I was in the EIWA or the other schools, you didn't necessarily have to wrestle anybody in the conference, but here they're pretty, they want you to do that.
So when you're looking at setting goals and what benchmarks that you want to hit over time, how is it different now with the program that is just getting going?
Yeah, well, goals are the same. Obviously, I want to have the program be able to produce All-Americans and national champions, but it's just the same because the commitment is the same. Even though it's just we're starting from square one, that's what we have to really sell is, with Tony and Danny and myself, our experience as coaches, is because we really don't have any history of the program to sell. But one thing that we can really sell is the quality of education that you're going to get out of a place like Presbyterian College. It's incredible.
It sounds a lot like or similar to at American. I remember you saying this was years ago when we were talking about that, and you needed to get that All-American and the way that you were using your scholarship money, but also at like a super fine academic institution.
Yeah, and we're in the same boat now. Just again, starting from square one, but we're in the same boat as far as being able to sell that great education and bring some of the top athletes in is what we're trying to do too. But also filling out a roster, and we have a lot of room for our rosters don't have a cap. So that's exciting for us to be able. So if we bring in 40, 50 on the men's and the women's side, that's fine. That's good for us. And every one of those individuals is going to get a good experience. It's not just a situation where you come and in your start force, you're going to get treated any different than your non-starter. It's going to be a great experience for all of them, and that's always something I've really made an effort to do as a coach, to make sure everybody knows that they're special if they're going to be a part of a program that I'm in charge of. So.
Nice. So, random question, just you've been coaching for a while now?
Yeah.
What's like the latest thing that you've learned, or aha moment where you developed as a coach and something just made sense?
Well, it's funny, in the last couple of years I've gone online and I've watched a lot of video. I've been out of it for probably, I guess it was almost a year and a half that I've been out of it, and so I got to watch a lot of video and try to keep improving on my technique, because as you know, the sport keeps evolving, the technique keeps changing, so I'm always on there stealing ideas, from everybody that I can watch online. But as far as the aha moment, I guess a lot of it came with having children of my own, and to know that and having them involved in sports, and really being able to watch them and watch their coaches interact with them, and it's been awesome. But I'm also realizing how even more so it's important to make everybody have that good experience, and to make sure I put out the effort to do that. So that's what I've really thought about in the last year. So be able to step back, I think it's going to be an advantage moving forward.
You having fun?
Yeah, I'm having a great time right now. The tough part, my family's still in Oklahoma, so we haven't sold the house yet. So we're hoping to get them out there in the spring. But that's the only tough part about it right now. But I'm going back and forth, and when I'm in Oklahoma, I recruit. Matter of fact, we're signing a couple student athletes out of there next week, and so to be home and be able to work. The good thing is I have a staff now, so they can run practice while I'm gone, and also while I'm there. So it works out pretty good that we're not competing too at this point too, because at least I have little increments of time when I can get there and spend time with them. I think it's of course important to do that.
Just popped in my head. I remember when we were doing stuff at American, that you had said, "Don't let your resources define you." I think maybe you said you got that from Gable.
Yeah, actually, he came in the first couple months I was there. I had a coach's clinic, and he had said, "Well, how's it going?" He said, "This is very important that this program makes it," and he was very matter of fact about it. And I said, "Well," I started whining a little bit, and he stopped me right there and said, "You have to make sure you use what you have, utilize what you have, and be able to go forward with that, and make sure that you feel like work like you're not at a disadvantage here, but work that you're going to be here forever," which I thought I was. That wasn't an issue, but at the same time, he talked about how being able to build and work with the resources that you have there, instead of complaining about what you don't have. And he said eventually you'll have it and you'll get there. And sure enough, by the time I left, we had 9.9 scholarships, and we had we were fully funded, and still there's always fundraising that we had to do, but and it was great to be able to pass it off to Teague Moore, because he's working his tail off. He's just doing an incredible job. I got to follow him around last year for a little bit. I went and spent a couple of days with him. Like, holy cow, and so he's a hard-working guy, and he's done a great job. So it's nice to. I feel blessed that I was able to be in that situation, try to get the program built up, and to get it up and running so that it was on stable ground, and it surely is right now. But that was good, for me to hear, because even now at Presbyterian, it's good. Just work with what you have.
But it sure will be nice to have a 6-mat standalone facility.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
I really hope to be able to come out and check it out sometime.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have you. Yeah, I miss seeing you. So.
Yeah. Well, appreciate all the time you took care of me.
Oh, you bet.
And coming out to see your programs. Do you have anything else to share with us?
No. I just I'm happy to be back in it, and I expect to do this for about 10 or 15 more years. So I'm just excited that Presbyterian has given me that opportunity.
Yeah, I think they got a good one.
Oh, well,
thanks, Coach.
Thank you.